The Messenger of Allah, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, said, "The reward of deeds depends on the intentions. So whoever emigrated for the worldly benefits or to marry a woman, his emigration was for that for which he emigrated. But whoever emigrated for the sake of Allah and His Apostle, his emigration is for Allah and His Apostle. O people! The reward of deeds depends upon the intention, and every person will get the reward according to what he has intended. So whoever emigrated for Allah and His Apostle, then his emigration was for Allah and His Apostle. And whoever emigrated for worldly benefits or for a woman to marry, his emigration was for what he emigrated for." Abdur Rahman son of Mahdi said, "It is necessary that we put this hadith in every chapter." The Messenger of Allah, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, said, "Allah ordered, the appointed angels, that the good and the bad deeds be written, and He then showed how. If somebody intends to do a good deed and he does not do it, then Allah will write for him a full good deed, in His account with him, and if he intends to do a good deed and actually did it, then Allah will write for him with him from 10 to 700 times to many more times, and if somebody intended to do a bad deed and he does not do it, then Allah will write a full good deed with him, and if he intended to do it and actually did it, then Allah will write one bad deed." Allah the Great and the Glorious Lord said, "Whenever my bondsman intends to commit an evil, do not record it against him. If my slave intends to do a bad deed, then, O angels, do not write it unless he does it. If he does it, then write it as it is, but if he refrains from doing it for my sake, then write it as a good deed, in his account. If he intends to do a good deed, but does not do it, then write a good deed, and if he does it, then write it for him as 10 good deeds up to 700 times. He who lets the people hear of his good deeds intentionally, to win their praise, Allah will let the people know his real intention, on the day of resurrection, and he who does good things in public to show off and win the praise of the people, Allah will disclose his real intention. When Allah intends to chastise a people, He punishes all of them, then they would be resurrected according to their deeds. Sufyan said that Sa'd son of Kala was a man from the tribe of Bani Amir son of Lu'ay. Sa'd son of Malik said, "O Allah's Messenger, I am very ill as you see, and I am a rich man and have no heir except my only daughter. Shall I give 2/3 of my property in charity?" The Prophet, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, said, "No." Sa'd said, "Shall I then give 1/2 of it in charity?" The Prophet, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, said, "O Sa'd, give 1/3, and even 1/3, in charity, is too much. No doubt, it is better to leave your children rich than to leave them poor, reduced to begging from others. And Allah will reward you for whatever you spend with the intention of gaining Allah's pleasure, even if it were a mouthful of food you put into your wife's mouth." Sa'd said, "O Allah's Apostle, am I to be left behind, in Mecca, after my companions have gone?" The Prophet said, "If you should be left behind, you will be upgraded and elevated for every deed you will do with a desire to achieve Allah's pleasure. I hope that you will live long so that some people will benefit by you while others will be harmed. O Allah, please fulfill the migration of my companions and do not make them turn back on their heels. If a man spends on his family sincerely for Allah's sake, then it is a kind of almsgiving in reward for him. When a woman gives from her husband's home, with a good heart, not to spoil it, then she will get a reward similar to his, for her is the good she intended, and the same is for the trustee." Aisha said, "Today there is no hijrah, emigration. A believer used to run away with his religion to Allah and His Apostle lest he should be put to trial because of his religion. Today Allah has made Islam triumphant, and today a believer can worship his Lord wherever he likes. But the deeds that are still rewardable are jihad and good intentions.